have this beautiful promise that God says He will defend. He will save in verse 7, He will defend in verse 8, and in verse 9 He says, "It shall be in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem." Look at this promise that it's just increasing in strength. I will save, I will defend, I will destroy the enemies. Yes, God gives us this ability to be able to annihilate our enemies from before us. Annihilate anyone that stands or that tries to transgress or that tries to come against Jerusalem, against His anointed, against His sons and daughters. And then He continues, and He says to us in verse 10, "And I will pour on the house of David and on the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and supplication. Then they will look on me whom they pierced. Yes, they will mourn for him as one mourns for his only son, and grieve for him as one grieves for a firstborn." See, when God takes over the house of David, when God becomes the King of Judah, when God becomes the God of Jerusalem, when we make Him the King of our lives, what does He do? He pours His Spirit of grace on us. He pours His Spirit of grace on the church, so that the church can be full of grace, full of sustenance, full of power to continue its struggle.